The second temperament here is the choleric. This one. The cholerics also talk, but they don't talk much as the sanguine. They are also talkative, but not as that of sanguine. To use the word talkative, which I don't really love using, but some people use it. And I have already borrowed it from them. So I don't really like addressing them as talkative or addressing the sanguine as talkative. But I just have to use that to pass my point. So they have endless ideas. They have endless goals and plans. And they have a lot of things they want to achieve at the same time. Endless ambitions. That is about the choleric. So if you see the choleric here, he's thinking, he's planning, he wants to do this, he wants to do that. He can combine 20 things at the same time, he wants to achieve them. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. Paul. He's one of the examples of a choleric. Apostle Paul was a lawyer, he was an evangelist, he was a writer, he was a warrior. He did a lot of things. He wrote 2/3 of the New Testament. He said, I'm an apostle by the will of Christ. Even when he didn't meet Christ face to face, he took the message of Christ upon his head more than those who met Christ, who stayed with Christ. So these are the cholerics. If you want to stop them from doing what they want to do, they will kill you. When he wanted to stop the message of Christ, people like Stephen, he killed them. He said, you people are not doing the right thing. It was after killing Stephen in Acts of the Apostles chapter 8, in chapter 9, he was arrested by Christ. If not, he would have finished everybody and the message of Christ would have ended. So Christ now said, okay, I will now use this your strength to pass my message. So they are not frightened by adversity. In fact, adversity encourages them. Even when he was in cell, Paul was there writing messages, sending. Those epistles that you used to read in the New Testament, they say letter of Paul to Philippians, to Colossae, to whatever, to Timothy, to Corinthians, Galatians. He wrote those letters in prison. That is when he's supposed to start to stop preaching Christ, because he was in his adverse condition. He was there doing more. He said, I can do all things through Christ who gives me strength. Philippians 3:13. So they are not, in fact, adversity encourages them. And they don't like to be sympathized. They don't sympathize with people. They look at a weak person as someone that they won't work with. And if they see someone that is like them, they want to bond with you immediately. Because they have domineering and bossy kind of strength. They want to be Oga. They want to be ahead of everybody. They want to be on top of every situation. So if you catch yourself being with such a person, don't hate the person. Try to know how to relate with the person. If the person is dominating you, instead of you to use the charm or juju or whatever and kill him, is either you work with him or her or you leave him. That is just his temperament. Don't do anything negative against the person. Cholerics are very, very good people too, just like the temperament we just discussed now. So they find it difficult to express their love verbally for those who want to engage them in relationship. They may love you, but they may not tell you, I love you easily. They will take their time before they will confess their love. They don't express it verbally, but they can buy gifts for you. Come and drop the gift without anything. Some may end up writing a love note. Because if they tell you they love you, they believe your head will swell up. But if their spirits, if they are being controlled by the Spirit of God, they are strong vessels for building the kingdom. Because that strength they have in pursuing things and achieving them. What again do you need in life? So some of their strengths, if we can look at them, they are self-determined. If they say they will do this, they will do it. If they say they will kill you, they will kill you. I've said it over and over. Most of the people we condemn today as terrorists, if to say those strengths, which we are now seeing as their weaknesses, were used, they would have used those things to save those lives that they are now destroying. so determined, self-willed. People like Hitler catch thousands and millions of Jews and begin to slaughter them. No, they want to, if they have achieved an idea, they have conceived an idea, they want to see how to achieve it. Remember somebody like Nebuchadnezzar? He built his own kingdom. It was like a challenge to God. God will stay there in your own kingdom. I built my own here. Do you remember some other kings like Pharaoh? Where Moses will go to Pharaoh and say, hey, God said this. He said, go and tell God this. I'm not going. I'm not letting you people go. Remember ladies like Jezebel? The husband was angry because Naboth denied him vineyard. He says, is that your problem? We will achieve that. All we just need is to cut off the head of Naboth. Who is he? Someone is a son of nobody. Self-determined. Self-willed. They conceive an idea, they want to achieve it. These are the cholerics. If you can't work with them, don't go there to hate them. Because you and them will find it very difficult to settle. Understand this. In relationship, in choosing a job, in career, in vocation, in parenting, understand someone's temperament to go a long way. To go a long way to help both of you. They always love to embark on a project and complete it. They don't like to leave things halfway. And because of that, it makes them aggressive if you want to stop them. Very practical to life. They don't have time to delay. Sometimes you see their husband or their wife sick. They want to go that thing they have already said they want to go. That is choleric for you. People will be saying, so person is in the, he say, yes, I want to go, this, I've said I will go before I now come. Very mad. They are very, very mad set of people. Very, very practical to life. And they have a very strong leadership tendencies. Very strong leadership. If you are not agreeing with them, they see you as enemy. So for you and them to relate very well, always agree with them. This is one of their strengths. And someone may look at it as weakness. No. If they are not controlled by the Spirit of God, I'm telling you, they are very dangerous set of people. You remember when Moses started? If not that God entered, came in, he wanted to be killing the people of Egypt one after the other till he finished killing them. Then he will not set the people of Israel free. But God has to intervene, and in a way, he ran away for 40 years. Then coming back during the time he ran to exile, God has prepared him to come for the people of Israel. And this time he was talking because someone called God. Exodus chapter 3 from verse 8, 9, 10. Discussed with Moses the name he would tell him that I am the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. I am the one that sent you. Tell them like this. Tell Pharaoh like this. There is time for you to let my people go. That is a choleric. And he took it upon himself to free the people of Egypt. The people of Israel in the land of Egypt. Cholerics. If you want to relate with them and you don't want to submit, you don't want to go. In fact, some of them that are men, they very dangerous. I'm not saying this to condemn them, but I'm just letting you know that cholerics are nice set of people, self-determined, domineering, bossy sometimes. If they say they want to do something, they will do it. If you want to stop them, you and them will have problem. And they are good. So I'm not condemning them. Anything I say about them here, I'm just trying to let you know they are good. Moses and Paul are good example of cholerics being used by God. Their weaknesses were converted to their strength by God. So you see, when they say a spirit-controlled temperament, these two guys are just good example. Moses sent himself to liberate the people of Egypt, And God now entered into his life and he liberated them through the help of God. The same way Paul was busy catching the early Christians and killing them, jailing those who could be jailed, and they want to stop Christianity. But when God entered, sent his spirit in him, he controlled him, he now began to go to evangelism for Christ. And he said, if I die in Christ is gain, if I live in Christ is also for gain. So he was placing it side by side, whether to die for Christ or to live, the same thing. If he live, he will be writing for Christ. If he die, he's there to preach the gospel. You remember when he said, I am not ashamed of the gospel of Christ. Because that is the same guy that was killing those who were preaching the gospel of Christ. The same Paul said, fight the good fight of faith. Choleric. So if you want to go into a relationship, if you are married to someone that is a choleric, every time he has ideas, you want to put them into action, and you are there bringing things that are not in line with you, both of you will know, every time people will be quarreling. Because people describe them as adventurous. They are self-willed. They are workaholic. They want to achieve all things. Philippians 3:13. They want to achieve all things through Christ who gives them strength. That is when Christ is in the life of a choleric. Otherwise, they will not even care about Christ because they believe that what they got is given to them by their strength. That is what killed Nebuchadnezzar. He said, this kingdom that I built for myself. Because God was not in. You remember the other young man that died, he said, I will do this, I will do this, I will do this, I will do this. And there was no God inside. And God said, because I'm not involved in your plans, this night I will take your life. In Matthew, remember where Christ told us about that. So cholerics are nice set of people, self-determined, they want to achieve everything. And if Christ is in them, you will see they will be very nice people. But if Christ is not with them, that thing that's supposed to be their strength can be, devil can use them as their weaknesses, and they will kill other people around them, or they will convert those who are supposed to be useful. They will kind of waste them.